Hello and welcome to Coast to Coast. Today we're talking about the Phillies. Is their window of opportunity narrowing? Some say yes, some say no, they're a dynasty. We're going to get into it right now.
Whoa. Cool, a dynasty talk. All right? You got to win something to even start a dynasty.
Exactly.
So let's calm down. But yeah, I mean, they have an interesting team where they have some mix of young, some mix of old, but their old seems to be what's carrying their team right now. And they're going to have some hard decisions to come up with here in the offseason. Now, they're not worried about the offseason right now, and if I'm a Phillies fan, I'm not real worried about the offseason either. You got a title to go win. But there is some interesting stuff upcoming. Most notably, Schwarber is going to be a free agent at the end of this year. Doesn't seem like there's bad blood between Schwarber. Seems like he really likes Philadelphia. The problem is that he is 33, 34 next year, and you're talking about a guy coming off a career year. You're going to have to pay him a lot of money. This is the last time for Schwarber to get his bag. So he's going to be trying to get a good contract. And there's a lot of teams out there that are willing to give him that contract. He just hit 50 home runs. So Phillies are going to have to pay up. It's going to be a lot of big contracts for older players, such as maybe Zach Wheeler coming up in 2028. You got Schwarber, like we were just talking about, and JT Realmuto coming up for free agency this offseason.
Yeah, Zach Wheeler mentioned he's retiring in 2028 no matter what. So there's that. I'm done. Announcing your retirement 3 years in advance.
So that puts your window pretty within that 3 years.
Phillies, you got to win one by 2028.
It seems like it.
But I mean, on that note, yeah, their core is old. That's the thing. You've got Wheeler. Nola has kind of fallen off the face of the planet this year and had a terrible season. Even if he can rebound, I mean, yeah, he's over 30, so he's getting old. Now, their saving grace is their pitching staff. Christopher Sanchez, bright future. They do have some prospects, pitching prospects that could be part of the future that aren't up yet. So, but I mean, they also just traded away Mick Abel, one of their top prospects, for John Duran. So the Phillies are trying to win now, and they'll figure out the rest moving forward. But to me, this kind of feels like this could be the last year that the Phillies peak. I think it's going to be downhill after this year for reasons like Schwarber. I don't think they're going to overpay for him, so I don't think they're going to re-sign him. Realmuto's gone. I mean, those are the two big ones. You've got Ranger Suarez, who's out. He's been a very sneaky key part of that rotation over the last couple of years. So it just feels like the decline is coming.
Yeah, if they do sign Schwarber, if they do go out and sign Realmuto, they're just going to have a lot of money on the books for a lot of guys going into their 30s. Trey Turner has a huge contract, long contract. Bryce Harper, his contract's not as bad as Turner's, but it's still very long, and he's injury prone that we've seen recently. So it really comes down to, and after these next 3 years or so, you're going to have guys mid-30s to high 30s getting paid a lot of money. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see, but the decline happens very quickly with guys who just lose that half step, and then all of a sudden you're below average baseball player. We've seen it time and time again. It happens fast, and a lot of these guys, I could see it. Trey Turner uses his speed a lot. I know he's just coming off a great year, but he loses that half a step. You just wonder, is he still going to be worth $27 million in 2032? I just don't see that being the case.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, Harper is probably at the beginning of his decline. Same with Turner. I mean, you could say that about Schwarber, in a year or two. I know he's just had his best year, but like you said, yeah, the decline happens quickly, and very few players over age 35 go out and bash 40 home runs and produce and play well in the field like they used to. So, you know, it does feel like this is a championship caliber team right now. I think they're the best team in the NL. I think they're going to win the World Series. But my point is, it's now. It's now. It's not even next year. It's this year. And I think the Phillies got to step up and figure out a way to do it because, the only other way, I think, is if they pay big bucks in free agency in the coming years and sign some guys. And I'm not saying the Phillies aren't going to make the playoffs the next couple of years. I do think they will because of how much talent they have and how deep they are. But the decline is coming. And naturally, if you're not filling those holes with, younger talent or really solid free agency talent, then eventually, in 2-3 years, we're going to see the Phillies miss the playoffs. So
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm pulling up here. I'm trying to see where their ranking is for their farm system. Because I think
they're like middle of the pack, I want to say. Not that I study farm systems super closely, but you don't really hear of them as a top farm system, but you don't
I think
hear
they
of
trade
them
away a lot of their farm system
if
throughout
anything,
the years.
lower in the pack.
No, I mean, this is all to say maybe the Phillies are fine. They're a good team that a lot of players go to. They like going to Philadelphia. It's a hitter-friendly ballpark, so a lot of hitters do like going to Philadelphia. If they have recent success, especially if you're saying they do win the World Series this year, then you might see a lot more players sign with them in free agency. Instead of having to sign these players back, they instead find themselves replacing these players with just the same amount of level of talent. So it could be a situation where this really becomes major for the Phillies to at least make the World Series or make a good push to try to get them to be a good free agent destination.
And I think they've built that up over the past, decade and a half, having won the World Series. It's like 17 years ago now. Jesus, I feel old. So over the last 2 decades, I feel like Philly's made a name for themselves just with their success. So it is a destination people want to go to in free agency. They have, I should be careful with how I phrase this, they have electric fans, which people like to play in front of that crowd. Would I want to be in front of that crowd? No. But I get why people like to go to Philly.
Yeah. Their farm system's ranked 21st. So
yeah.
Now that means nothing because you could have one guy that's ranked 8th in your prospect list that the MLB is not paying attention to, and they come out and make a huge difference for your team. That could definitely be the case. Don't look into farm system rankings very hard, but it's all to say that there's not a lot of guys on that list. The trade pieces are becoming slimmer for them. Again, this is really looking like the next probably 2 years. The Phillies are going to want to make some noise in the postseason to get some more players over to Philadelphia so that they can stay relevant 4 years from now or so. So this does look like it's a window that is closing for the Phillies as of right now. But Philly, you can do some things that we think are going to extend your window, make you maybe make a run at a dynasty like we were talking about. Maybe we'll just have to wait and see.
Got one of the deepest teams in baseball with Durant in the back end of your bullpen now, and pretty much all your starters going 6-7 innings every day. You got Strom to bridge you, Kerkering, basically only 3 good bullpen arms, and it's really all you need. So it's now or never. That's what I think. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Is Philly's window closing? I don't know. Let's see. Go Mets.